and post another one. Okay. Sprouse has his hand up. Who does? Sprouse. Wait, is the app for questions or the people who don't have the
No,
The app is for everyone.
I know. I was just gonna say, I need to read scene 1 real quick because I thought it was scene 2.
You're reading both, scene 1 and 2, so read both.
Yeah, so I need to read scene 1, so I have to do it.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's stop here and look through some of the answers we got. If we all have it open, we should see we have quite a few things that happen. Josh wrote hateful love, Romeo and Juliet suffer together. Can you expand on what you mean by that, Josh?
Okay, so I say that I said that it's kind of hateful love because their families hate each other, and then we can see that Juliet doesn't understand why she has to be an enemy of Romeo if she's in love with him so much. So they're suffering together because of their families, dispute, and they still love each other.
Right. Darylise, build on what Josh said.
I was gonna also say that since I was actually gonna say the same thing, and that they were confessing their love to each other, knowing that they might not be able to be with each other, but Romeo he still tries to find a way to be with Juliet, even if that means changing his name.
Okay. And Amari, tell us why you wrote what you wrote.
Oh, am I muted? Oh, yeah. All right.
You're not muted.
Can you please repeat the question?
Why did you write what you wrote?
Oh, I forgot what I wrote. So I wrote that he tries to come up with a way to be with Juliet.
What do you mean by that?
He confessed his love to her, and he was like really determined to try and be with Juliet. Like Darylise said, even if it meant changing his name and like being a Capulet.
Okay. What happened when Romeo went to see Juliet? What happened there? Romeo went to visit Juliet. She was standing outside her balcony. What happened in that moment? Go ahead, Emma.
So when he went to Juliet's balcony, he overheard Juliet, not knowing he was there, confessing her love for him and saying she wished they weren't enemies and families.
Great. Who can build off what Emma said? Go ahead, Hassan.
Also, Romeo overheard her talking about him having the last name Montague, and she didn't know, and she kept on going, and she was confused when Romeo responded to it.
Okay, great. And Elijah, go ahead.
So when Romeo and Juliet met, Juliet wanted to see if Romeo's true love was for Juliet. Like, Juliet didn't believe that Romeo actually loved Juliet.
Okay. And what is it that Romeo was saying about Juliet? Take about 30 seconds to reread his monologue. What's a monologue? What's a monologue? Jalen, what's a monologue?
A monologue is like when, so let's take Romeo, for example. Romeo is saying this entire speech to Juliet and is saying, like, I guess, like pouring out his feelings.
Great. So take 30 seconds to read over what he was saying, and then we'll come back as a group. Okay, So we see that Romeo is speaking. Who is he speaking to? Alexis, who is he speaking to?
Juliet.
Show me if you agree or disagree. Alexis told us that he is speaking to Juliet. Show me if you agree or disagree. Michelle, you're disagreeing. Tell me why you're disagreeing. Who's he speaking to?
He's speaking to himself.
Himself. He's speaking to himself. And what is he saying about Juliet to himself? What exactly is he saying? Hassan.
He's admiring her, and I'ma quote it. It says, she speaks, oh speak again, bright angel, you are as glorious as an angel tonight. You shine above me like a winged messenger from heaven who makes mortal men fall on their backs to look up at the sky. So he's calling her an angel, and yeah.
What literary device is Shakespeare using at this point?
Simile.
And Emma?
Metaphor?
Yeah, he's using a lot of metaphors here, right? He's comparing her. This is a really, really famous scene. I want us to go over reading this a little bit because I think the language here is really important and really telling for what the mood of this scene is. Keep that in mind as we read this aloud. Josh, go ahead and read it.
I'm just trying to be nice, honestly. The only girl who likes him was Rachel.
Do you want me to read the part that says, "Oh, Romeo"?
I want you to read the part where it says, "Oh, but what light comes through that window."
What light comes through that window?
I think that's the version you have.
I have the Shakespeare version. Wait, could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, it should be the part where Romeo is just seeing the light coming through Juliet's window.
Oh, okay.
His monologue.
What light through yonder window breaks?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art far more than she. Be not her maid. Okay.
What is Romeo comparing here? What are the things that are being compared in this metaphor? Carlos.
So we can see that well, he says that he calls Juliet as the sun, and says that the hatred that their families have between each other is the moon.
Yeah, so he's comparing her to the sun and the moon. So what is he saying about Juliet compared to the sun?
That she is she kills the jealousy and stuff between
the jealousy. Okay. Sinai, what do you think?
I think that like what Carlos said, he was that he was comparing Juliet to the sun. And it also says arise, fair sun, and kill the jealous moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. So yeah.
So he's saying that she's brighter than both the sun and the moon. She's fairer than the moon and brighter than the sun. So given that he's making these comparisons and saying what he's saying about Juliet, what do you think is the mood of this scene? What is the mood of our scene? Brian. What do we think is the mood, Brian? Who can help them? Lawrence, go ahead.
So the mood of the scene might be Yeah, the mood of the scene might be like
Is it scary? Is it a scary scene?
No.
No. So, what kind of scene is it?
Regular scene.
Okay, Elijah.
I was gonna say romantic scene.
It's a romantic scene. What do we think and learn about Romeo at this point? After he confesses his deep love about Julia, what did we learn about him? Amira.
We learned that there's nothing that's gonna stop him. There's nothing that's gonna stop him from loving Juliet, even if it means that he has to ditch his name.
Okay. Remember, Romeo loved someone else in the beginning of this text. How long did he have to fall this deeply in love with Juliet? Binta.
I don't know.
Marcus.
It didn't take him very long.
It didn't take him very long. So what did we learn about Romeo, given that it didn't take him very long to move from one love to the other?
I guess we learned from that he just was quick to fall in love with a different person.
Yeah, he's quick to fall in love with someone else. What else, Ariani?
Also that we can see that now that it doesn't take him that long to fall in love, but it's more of that that's all I was gonna say, to be honest.
Do we think he's a mature human being? What do we think? Is he mature or not?
No.
Amari, why not?
Because what's it called? He it didn't take him long to move on to another like love, and also he's not really taking like love seriously. Well, he kind of is with Juliet, but if he was really serious about it, he would like think about his decision, and he just
that's true.
One woman to another woman.
Great. What else? Amira.
Also, to add on that, he's kind of like a player. He's not mature because there's no like, that's a weird thing to do when you first love someone, and then I know it's love at first sight, but you can't just jump from one person to another.
You're right. Great answer. So the next thing that I want you to do is on that same link, you have a short answer question. I don't need you to type up a whole essay. I just need to see your thoughts on this. So if you want to type it as bullet points, that's fine. But you're going to tell me your thoughts on the following question. And if you can't access the link, I want you to send it via the chat that we have. I'm going to send it right now. The question is, what would the impact be of removing the stage directions from Act 2, Scene 1 and 2? Go. Okay, I see it's asking you for a code. I am going to give you that right now. It's MIRZF. You can respond in an app or you can respond by chatting me here. I'm going to resend the code here, MIRZF. Miss EJ, are you able to connect with Binta? I think she's extremely confused.
Yes, I will. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted.
Yes, I will. All right, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna give you just about 30 more seconds. So I got answers from Elijah and Hassan and Darylise and Peace and Rachel and Alexis and Joelise, I see. Carlos, I see. Sienna, Jalen. Okay, great. So if you're still working on typing this, that's fine. You have about 2 minutes before the app closes. Also, you can send it to me in chat. Let's hear some answers. Omar, can you tell us what the impact would be of removing the stage directions?
So I said that the impact of removing the stage directions, it would take away that in-depth look of Romeo and Juliet's feelings, especially in a chapter and where they both confront their love for each other.
That's a really, really strong answer. Who can build off of what Omar said? Because that is completely correct. Vincent, build off what Omar said.
So, like, no, finishing my answer.
Okay. Carlos, go ahead. Build off what Omar said.
Okay, so I would like to respond that to what Omar said, but also add on that without these stage directions, like he said, we can see more of what like Romeo was really doing and his devotion to Juliet, and we can also see more that we can also see that his love can probably be fake because he cares so much about this one girl, but he at the start he loved another girl and he was so pity that he couldn't even give her up. But now he's like, you're the sun, and I can't have a life without you. So we question if this love is really true or not.
And Rachel, what would happen if these stage directions were removed?
Well, it probably wouldn't be as dramatic as
Why
it
not?
Going back to text.
Why would it not be as dramatic? What would be missing? Amira. Rachel, I'll come back to you. Amira.
Well, what I said, I said that what did I say? Oh yeah, I said that it will take away the actions and the emotions that the characters are feeling. We wouldn't know if they're talking to themselves or another person. Like for example, the soliloquies that we get in the text, we wouldn't be able to figure out what they are because it wouldn't give us the ability, and obviously there's no clues for us to figure that out.
Great, very, very strong answers. Snaps for Amira. All right, let's keep it moving. I have another question for you. I will also type it here, but it is available on the app. Okay, so interpret the theme of the story by evaluating how the forcefulness of love has this shaping effect on its characters and the plot. What do you think I mean by that question? How do you think you can respond to this question accurately? What do you think I mean? Tell me in your own words. Hassan, tell me in your own words. How do you think I can answer that question?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes, interpret a theme of the story by evaluating the forcefulness of love and its shaping effect on the characters and future events.
We could say how the forcefulness of love causes Romeo.
Don't answer the question, just tell me how you would answer. You would see how the forcefulness of love does what?
How it affects the character's actions.
Great, beautiful. So go ahead on that link. You should see the second question. Post on there. If you cannot access it, then send it to me as a message. With the silent hand, show me how many more minutes you need. Okay, I'm gonna give you just one more minute. Okay, 30 seconds. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. Shikaya, tell me your thoughts.
My thoughts is that the theme of forcefulness of love shapes the characters in future events, because as we know, Romeo and Juliet, their parents have like a conflict, and it's about getting attention. So Kyrie, back up. And and how the future events is gonna affect them, because if they're trying to love each other, then it will actually be a problem for their parents and their feud that's happening.
Okay. Ryan. I don't know why I can't hear you. Cannot hear you. That's fine. I'll come back to you. Try to fix it on your end. Jamie.
I said that the theme has helped shape the characters and the plot, because we see throughout the text the desire to have love, and this desire creates the character of Romeo, and we see his desperateness, but it also carries what he does, because he would do anything to try to get close to that feeling of love, and that's how it carries the plot.
Okay, who can already sense a feeling of doom for this couple? Who can already sense that? Why, Josh? Why can you sense that?
I think that they're already like doomed because they have all the odds against them. Like
Like
Romeo,
what?
their families dispute first of all. Like they can't really do anything about that, and it's just that in order, like yeah, they have all odds against them, and yeah.
Okay, what else makes you think that this is a doomed couple, Hassan?
I would say because Romeo, like in this act, he tried to spread his feelings by going over a wall that separates them. With that type of actions that he does, I feel like he's gonna ruin like the relationship because of the bad things that he does.
Great. And Binta?
Are we still talking about the theme though? Cause I have a really good theme that I feel like could also play. Cause I feel like it's almost the fact that love. It's almost like the fact that love and power plays a huge role in this text.
How
Because
though?
we know,
Why do we think that?
I personally believe that because honestly I really feel like their love wouldn't be love if their family hadn't if their families hadn't had a feud between, because we know they're both very powerful families and both equally respected. But then I believe that the only reason why Romeo truly believes that Julia is beautiful and loves her is because he almost like seeks adventure. He really doesn't like her. If their family had never been a feud, then I'm pretty sure that Romeo would never like Juliet.
Okay, so Binta's arguing that Romeo only likes Juliet because Romeo likes the adventure, and that if Juliet was just another maiden, that he probably wouldn't have liked her because she wouldn't be adventurous. She wouldn't be something really wild for him to do. Show me if you agree or disagree. Okay, Omari, I see you're having a really strong reaction to Binta's statement. Can you please share why?
So like Vince was pretty laggy, so like I didn't really hear everything. So can you repeat it real quick?
I can't do that right now, but I can send it through a message. Who did hear Binta? Omar, go ahead.
So I kind of agree with her and I kind of don't, because
Okay.
as we know, Romeo, he treats women like toys. So technically, if she, in some ways he'll be like, oh, that woman doesn't do anything, then I don't want to be with her. Oh, love at first sight, I'm not sure if that's entirely what I want. Yeah, and then I kind of disagree because Juliet, I wouldn't really say that he would like Juliet for being adventurous. So, yeah.
Okay, and Rachel.
Finally, okay. So,
it's almost like because he couldn't get with Rosaline, so he probably is just trying to get over her. You know what I mean? And also to add on, he's worried about the unknown, and she represents the known. You know what I mean?
Nice. Good argument, Brian. Brian, cannot hear. We can maybe hear you. Say something. Can't hear you.
You should try
Brian. Okay, try now. Can't hear you. Let me, when you're at lunch, I'll help you troubleshoot. Sinai, do you agree or disagree with Binta's statement?
I actually agree with Binta's statement because we know from before when Romeo was in love with another girl before Juliet. I forgot her name, but Rosaline.
Yep.
We know that Romeo was saying that he loved her very much and she was very pretty and nobody could be as pretty as her. And then now he's saying the same thing about Juliet. So it's kind of like we could probably say like what Binta said, that like how he is as a person and and how he feels about Juliet. And the only reason why we could conclude that the only reason why he's with her is because of her beauty, just like he was with Rosalina.
Okay, so great. My class is ending very soon, so I have a couple of things I want to share. One, for homework tonight, I am going to send you the questions on Jupyter. There's 2 short questions that you'll have to respond to. They are on that same link that we've been using in class. I will send that link and the code for it on Jupyter so you can access it, but if you want to get a head start, it's already on there. Number 2, you will have to read scene 3 and 4 for tomorrow. Act 2, scene 3 and 4 for tomorrow. Also very short, so you should be able to get past it pretty quickly. I also recommend using the No Fear Shakespeare link because it's really easy to follow and understand. Any questions, just type them because I'll see them and then I can respond to you. And then the last thing is that show me, yes, I liked this site that we used. No, I did not like it. Show. Okay. I'm seeing mostly thumbs up. What I'm going to do is before my class starts, I will send you the link in advance so that you can have it open. I think that'll make it much easier for you because you'll already have access to it. Yes? Sounds good? No, it's fine. Okay. Yes, Binta, you can get water. Yes, Sinai, you can type. Yes, it is on Nearpod. You do not show me on camera. I need you to send it to me. Yes, I can repeat the homework. I'm going to type it out right now. It's answer 2 journal questions on Nearpod / I will send on Jupyter and read Act 2, Scene 3, and any other questions? Okay, great. I think Miss EJ, they have reading now, or sorry, history. So I'm going to transfer you as host, and you guys can go ahead and put away all of your reading materials.